What's up, guys? Today we're out here in Mason, Texas at one of two off-road parks located in Central Texas. For those of you who've never seen this on any of my videos before, today we're at Wolf Caves. And what's really cool about this place is very unique, unlike any other place in Texas. In fact, you gotta travel pretty far actually to find another place just like this. The rocks out here are amazing. What's really cool about this place, nerd alert. Nerd alert! Is where my bachelor's in geology comes into play. This is a very ancient rock out here. Some of the oldest in Texas, some of the oldest in the world, really. It's about a billion-year-old granite. And it's exposed on the surface. As you can see, very cool landscape out here. And the cool thing about granite is, when it's dry at least, there's a ton of traction on this rock. And a lot of people call it this is the Moab of Texas. And I guess you could say that's true, but the rock out here is super unforgiving. So lots of traction, but man, when it breaks loose, it can really cause a lot of damage. We're out here with Pat, speaking of damage, and pet journeying, Yee Yee Jeeps. If you guys follow those guys on Instagram, you should. Recently, I made a video on the blue Jeep that's out here because that Jeep, a lot of that Jeep used to be my Jeep, and now it's Pat's Jeep. This is just a video about off-roading out here. We are going to talk about some of the Jeeps, their builds, what the guys are running on them, and how effective they are for this type of crawling. I've had my hands on each one of these Jeeps at some point. They've been modified. Pat and them, the more that they push these Jeeps, the more they had to learn how to work on them themselves. They've done some modifications on their own. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. We're just going to drive around. Hopefully not break anything. Let's take a good look at Pat's JK before we get too carried away today, because he was at Trail Hero like a week ago and took a really good tumble in the sand. He was doing some hot rodding like Pat does, doing some donuts out in the sand at what was Sand Hollow. I guess it's Sand Mountain now. Anyways, trashed his windshield frame, his A-pillar, and totaled his hood. So that's why Pat doesn't have a hood today. All right, I'm gonna quit talking and just get in here and get some good shots of Pat and him doing, this looks like a gnarly obstacle he's gonna do here. This is what Pat calls his warm-up trail. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is him warming up. Oh, here we go. Awesome. So a little bit of bio on this Jeep if you aren't going to watch the Jeep or the video that we did recently. This is a LS swap JK. So it's got the L9H variant, 6.2 liter LS, all aluminum block, long tube headers. It's got the 6L80. No, changed it. It was a 6L80, now it's a 4L80 transmission. Evo manufacturing double throwdown suspension, front and rear, and I believe these are 9-inch axles now. The rears are going to be not 9-inch; they're going to be 10-inch. So Pat just looks out to me and says, "This feels like shit." Feels like shit. Pat, you just rolled the Jeep like twice in the sand at Sand Hollow. He's flopped this Jeep. He's done a lot with his Jeep, so it's surprising. Anytime you hear Pat say that, feels like shit, it's kind of funny because you would think he's over that by now. Ouch. So, fun facts about this Jeep, the black JK. I believe it's a 2016. Started out as a Sahara. My friend Randy reached out to me years ago, and he wanted a LS in his Jeep. So I was like, yeah, man, let's go. It was my first RPM Extreme LS conversion, and everything went super smooth in it. So as far as LS conversions to JK go, RPM Extreme nailed it. But I built Randy this beautiful JK. I mean, body's off, we're doing the LS, and Randy's like, shouldn't we just go ahead and do all the suspension too? I was like, yeah, why? This is the time to do it. So we did an Evo double throwdown on it, cantilever rear, Dynatrac Pro Rock 60s front and rear. And that's when we put the L9H in that one. Super, super nice, dude. It was such a pretty Jeep. Was such a super pretty Jeep until Randy decided he was gonna move on with life. He had to move to Middle East for work, and he didn't want the Jeep just sitting around rotting away or whatever. So he sold it to Pat. And I mean, Randy really, really had this thing dialed in. It was just beautiful. But Randy also didn't wheel it quite as hard as Pat did. So he kept it in pretty good shape, pretty clean, until Pat got a hold of it and basically did what it is what it is now, because I think Pat's on like his 4th or 5th windshield frame on this Jeep, and counting. I'm sure it'll be more before it's all over with. And that was Pat's warm-up trail. So
what?
That was your warm-up trail?
That's my warm-up trail.
Okay, now we're gonna go do real trails?
Yep.
Time for the real stuff, he says. Okay. Oh, yay. Okay.
Or do you want to skip it?
No, do it. Just let me know when I should get out.
It's right there. It's called the wall.
The wall. Okay. All right, so as we're riding along in Pat's Jeep, Pat looks at me and goes, this is probably only one that Dylan and I can do. It's called the wall. And Dylan's a pretty tall dude. Which way are you going?
Right where you're standing.
Right where I'm standing, perfect. All right. Pat says only him and Dylan, so the black JK and the blue JK can do this, according to Pat, which he's probably right. Hey, back up a little bit and cut driver sooner. All right, stop, cut driver now. All right, come forward, there you go. All right. I think I see the culprit. Hey, stop, don't move. Don't ask, I'll tell you later. So he had a rock right there that was, the rear part of the frame was catching on and just digging in. So the frame couldn't go through the dirt. It was getting stuck on a rock down there, I think. This fucking, this dude's crazy.
Got like 3 inches is back in, 3 inches. Tighten up. There we go. Sorry, I didn't know it was going that way.
Now Dylan is going to take the blue Jeep up, so I'm going to get the high ground perspective. And this time Pat's spotting him, so he's probably going to shoot it pretty quick. Front bumper's stuck on the rock again. Root's like, no. So for reference, it's about a 10-foot drop at least from here down to where my shadow's at down there. So Pat and them going up here is probably about 9 feet over there where they went up. So it's still pretty sketch. Yeah, Andy's 5'8". He's way down there. Yeah, when he stretches. There he goes. So, and it's pretty much straight up. You got one little ledge down there, but gnarly stuff out here. And fun watching these guys do it because they just don't care. So load it up. So this is a pretty gnarly obstacle, and it's right here next to the highway. Highway is right there if you can't see it. But this one's pretty gnarly. Not as bad as the last one, I don't know, but you gotta get up there. You gotta shoot up this, and then you gotta turn right as soon as you get up here. So right on, you gotta get your right tire on this, somewhere in here. This looks like you're scraping over diffs and stuff like that, but you can't go any further than that. So you gotta, as soon as you get up here, boom, shooting right and going that way. So, oh, I gotta get out of Pat's way. This dude doesn't wait for anybody.
That big rock is new. That's not supposed to be there.
That guy?
Yeah.
So Pat says since the last time he ran the trail, that big rock over there, that's new. So he doesn't know how it's gonna turn out compared to last time. Yeah, just rub that fender off. Okay. So it looks like Pat's gonna swing his butt way over, straighten up, try and get as close to this big rock that's fresh to the trail, so he can get more situated to get both passenger tires on this wall, this small wall right here, while he goes up. There you go. There you go. I think you got it now. Hey, I think you're good. You just keep going. You're gonna have to bump it right there. No, he doesn't have that rock right in front of him, so yeah, there he goes. Oh man, frame just cleared that rock perfect. Okay, so we're not going right. We're just gonna go over the rocks, because that's what cool people do. I don't think I've ever seen anybody take that approach to this obstacle before. I'm going to move. Smell the trail grapplers burning. Try that. Okay. This dude has no chill. All right, well, your tie rod clamp needs to be looked at next. But, dude, I had nowhere to go. I was like, okay, I don't know when he's gonna stop. I didn't want to lose the shot either. So, after watching Pat almost, okay, take me out, we're gonna watch Dylan. But Dylan's gonna do the normal way of doing this trail, which he's gonna come up and then go that way out, which is what sane people do. What's wrong? Yeah, I said you need to look at your clamp. So a while ago, Pat used his tie rod clamp for leverage. I don't think he meant to. What's leaking over here, Pat?
Probably the power steering fluid. tube should be. Oh, it's right here. Yeah.
Oh, it's burping. His PSE breather puked a little bit while ago when he was upside down in the, well, he wasn't upside down, but trying to be. All right, so now we're at this obstacle called Wicked, which is funny because Pat actually looks at me in the Jeep and expresses some concern about if he doesn't position himself just right for when he gets to the top of it, being able to turn because he has to make a hard right. That was cool. You're good. Start cutting passenger. Ah. If you can back up driver. There's some gnarly stuff right there. So that's the big deal, is coming off of this, which I guess he made it look like it wasn't so bad, but that's easily a 3.5 foot drop off this rock right here. While coming up over this, it's wild. There's a big old motherfucking rock there. So there's the gang. Anyways, Pat said he was going to do some obstacle on the other side of this obstacle. And I mean, this is pretty gnarly, this trail here. This one's called Whiskey Warrior. And Pat he's scared. He's scared to do it. He told me a while ago. He didn't want me to say it in the video. I didn't know he had it in him like that, but apparently he does. All right, so I mean, it's pretty gnarly, right? Walking in here, you sort of see, I mean, he could totally do this. I don't know why he's being like this today. I mean, it's complicated, right? And you know, some rocks are gonna come out, I'm sure, and make the obstacle harder for the guy behind him. But Pat said if anybody's gonna break anything today, it would be on this trail or this obstacle right here. So, and I could see that. So I'm gonna cut him some slack, but still wasn't expecting. Oh, and then there's this, you know, so you get through that. Woo, nope. Guess what? You're doing it again. And you know this guy is just gonna hang up on your diff the whole time when you're trying to get up to this wall and get out of here. So you're gonna fight that bullshit, which means you probably have to go over here to the side. You're gonna have to go over one of these sides. So like, I don't know. I'm sure Pat has done it so many times. He's just over it and doesn't want to do it again. And he probably, if he came up here, he would know exactly what to do and kick its ass. But that's not what we're doing. We're bypassing. All right, looks like we're at the fence line. What? What's gnarly? Ah, that ain't shit. Quit chickening out, Pat. Come on. Let's do this. Yes. This looks, oh my God. This is like a minefield of just fucking rocks going everywhere. Any day, Pat. And I'm just joking. Like, Pat's not scared of any. I mean, if Pat's scared of something, don't try and peer pressure him into doing it, because that's my job. No, because it probably is legitimately a bad idea, because he does things that are bad ideas all the time. So if he's considered not doing it, then it really is a tragedy. All right. This is just interesting because there's so many loose rocks in here. He'll probably be fine. I don't think that was the idea, was it? See, and I always wonder why Pat broke axle shafts. Now we know. Hey, this tire's not even touching. I think that's your problem. Yes, correct. That's what looks like Pat's. No, never mind. I thought he was going to take the more modest line here to take, but that's not the case. Yes.
Am I on my drive shaft?
Yes. Drive shaft. Is there any pieces? So I'll show y'all what I was seeing. It looks good. It looks good, Pat. I mean, it looks like it could use a little work, but it's still in one piece. Don't do that. Why'd you do that? That was a bad idea. I didn't tell you to do it. I called you chicken if you didn't do it. Big difference. All right, let's go. This is what they call Wolf Caves, or this is the namesake of the place. There's this rock formation up here. I don't know if wolves actually ever lived in here, but it's really cool because there's not really any caves, just these big splits in between the rocks where this is once upon a time, this one big rock. And then it just cracked into all these smaller, big ass rocks. But you can tell, you can look down in here and see all kinds of animal sign where they do still come in here and live. But maybe once upon a time, wolves lived around here, and this is where they would have lived, and maybe they found some of, I don't know. But for some reason they call it Wolf Caves, and this is why. Wolf Caves is just an awesome place to come out. I mean, here in Catimsey Rocks, which is just right over yonder way, somewhere over there. Similar rocks over there, well, the same rocks. Similar obstacles. The amenities there aren't as nice. This place has some nice showers, bathrooms, RV spots, hookups, stuff like that. So if you're, looking to bring your RV out here and stay, Wolf Cave is going to be a little bit more comfortable for that situation. Although K2 also has plenty of places to park. Super friendly staff, very professional. They have air up at the front, so if you air down, you can air up there. Checking in, checking out, super easy. This is a great place. I love it out here. And I gotta say, Pat, follow them. You're not gonna be disappointed in their content. They're definitely doing it for you guys, so be sure to check them out. All right, here comes Benito. And I think this is gonna be our last obstacle today. Hopefully Benito doesn't smash anything here in a minute on this. Kind of wish he hadn't done this. We just fixed it. Did it pop it or just pop the bead? You still got air in it. Looked like it. Nope. No, it's flat. Shit, that's flat. All right, you guys don't know this, but we just swapped that tire out because the other one that was on there was flat. So now he doesn't have a spare. Luckily he has a trailer. And luckily we're not that far from that trailer, so I think we might just, and nobody else has a spare. I'm gonna call this video a wrap. So if you guys like this video, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Until next time, guys, for more videos on off-roading and other cool stuff, click here. Hey Pat, there's a spot right here where it's not scratched. You guys wanna back it up into the rocks?